Well, hello everyone. This is Lawrence. Decided to do something a little different than the vinyl video, and that's to spotlight some movies from my vast DVD collection of movies. I'm not a huge movie person, but there are a number of movies I really like and certain styles of movies. And when I really like a movie, I mean, I'll watch it over and over again. You know, if there's particular movies that I'll watch at least once a year because I always get something new out of it. So I selected a number of movies here to to show and just give it some quick thoughts on. Okay. A lot of people will, especially today, with all these special effects in movies and how they look magnificent on the screen with the color and the special effects, both visually and sound. But this is a black and white movie from like 1963. It's called Lilies of the Field. Okay, this is a great freaking movie. This is a feel-good movie. Um, I don't want to do a spoiler, so I'm going to just tell you what the movie's about. So if you don't want to listen to the spoiler part, then cut. Don't fast forward to the video. But basically, I won't give too much away. It's basically about a Sidney Poitier plays a handyman who's traveling in Texas, okay, or Oklahoma, one of those states, and he stops at a mission with the nuns who immigrated from Germany after the war, and they're looking to build a church, but they don't have the they got some resources, but they needed a person who can actually do the work to put it up, okay? And the Sidney Poitier character, he comes into town and he stops at the mission. The nuns, there's about six of them with the head nun. And she realized what she has and she bamboozles him into building a church for them. And if I could say anything about this movie, it would be about going to a place and leaving it better than what you found it. And the interactions between the head nun and the handyman is just magnificent. I mean, she really outsmarts him in trying to get everything she can from him as far as getting the church built. Um, so I would recommend this movie. Chris, how do you pronounce this movie?
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. Okay. This came out maybe about 8 years ago, and I saw it at the theater. I really liked it. Um, my friend said he didn't like it because Tom Cruise didn't have a German accent. To me, that's just kind of a minor complaint. I thought the movie was very well written, very well acted, and all the high German commanders in there, they were like very stern people, okay? And Hitler did sound a little bit British accent, but just another minor thing. This is actually based on a true story. In the closing days of World War II, there was a plot to kill Hitler, and they came damn close to it because they blew up the conference room Hitler was in while they were holding a meeting with the top military command, and they killed about 5 people. But because the briefcase was placed on the side of the table where there was a little bit of a barrier between.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting into spoiler now. Just watch the damn movie.
You can give a synopsis without giving away what happens,
Okay. Um, the next movie, if you're familiar with the a genre of movies that was really popular in the came popular in the 1940s through the 50s called film noir. You're gonna love this movie because this is a film noir classic. Okay, um, it's really a dark look at Hollywood, where an actress who had her heyday is kind of cast aside, but she still has these brands of illusions of coming back and being a big film star again. And I don't want to give anything away, but that's all I will say about it. And what happens after, during this time when a washed-up screenwriter comes to her place to, and she uses him to write the garbage she's been writing to plop up for a movie return. She's very delusional, okay? And she uses a screenwriter as her toy boy, William Holden right there. This is a classic movie. It was nominated for Best Picture for the year it came out, 1951, I think. But it lost to the movie All About Eve, which is another classic.
All About Eve, is that Betty Davis?
Yeah, Betty Davis. This next movie here, it's called Bobby. Came out about 8 years ago. Bobby Kennedy was a brother of John F. Kennedy, former Attorney General and Senator from New York, who was running for president in 1968 and who was gunned down at the Ambassador Hotel the night he won the California primary. So his life went from one moment, a grand win in the presidential race. He was on his way to the nomination because he won the important governor's race. The primary race in California to get the presidential nomination for the Democrats, and another state that night. And after he gave his a victory speech, he exited out through the hotel kitchen, and he was gunned down by Sirhan Sirhan. This movie is about what took place that very day as Californians were voting of the people who were close to Kennedy, who was staying at the Ambassador Hotel where the murder took place. Their kind of story. These were close advisors to the Kennedys, celebrities, and all that, and then suddenly they're put in this horrible situation where one of them actually got wounded when Sirhan assassinated Robert Kennedy. 5 other people were hit also. Fortunately, they all survived. Okay, so this not only has the people who were close to Kennedy, but some of the hotel staff in here, and the busboy who was there when Kennedy fell, and he held Kennedy's head up and gave him rosemary beads to put in his hand and kind of comfort him.
Rosemary.
What's the beads in the Catholic?
Rosary.
Rosary. Okay, you're a rosary. Okay, shows how much I know, and kind of comforted him. And when Kennedy, when he was assassinated, he was, a bullet went behind his ear, okay, into his brain, but he was still, for that brief moment, able to convey thought, because he said, is everybody okay? I mean, here was the guy who was in the most extreme danger, but he in his last moments, he had concerns for everyone else because he must have heard the shots. And the last movie, or 2 last movies, okay, you ever heard of the chick flick? Okay, this is what I call a guy flick. What's that?
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Ah, wah, That's a great movie.
This is a great movie, and it's one of my favorite westerns ever. I got this for $9.99. It was a DVD set with all the bonus material and all that. And there's even a little documentary of events of post Civil War, which this is where this movie takes place. You know, out in the West after the days of the Civil War, and about two guys who team up to who hustled the fraud, one of them, Eli Wallach, and then Clint Eastwood. Those are the two guys in the movie, and they scheme. One of them's wanted, so he turns himself in, and they get ready to hang him. But the Clint Eastwood, the character, does the one that's turning the guy in. And
don't give away too much.
To get the award, no, to get the award money, and then when they get ready to hang the guy was turned in, he's somewhere in the rocks with a rifle, and he cuts him loose from the hang loose, and get him out of there. And they try it again, and so it's a scheme. And the plot really thickens after that. Okay, I'm not going to give any more away. And my last movie is The Last Picture Show. The Last Picture Show, starring Tommy Buttons, Jeff Bridges, Cloris Leachman,
Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd. Okay,
she was very young in that movie.
Yeah, it's basically a movie where they follow these teenage kids as they were coming. It's a coming of age movie. Okay.
What time period is it supposed to have taken place?
1950.
Okay.
Okay, and it takes place in a Texas town that's just kind of dying, and they follow these teenagers throughout the years, and that last year of their school, and what goes on. And the Sybil Shepherd character, she kind of is the town flirt, and she really pulls strings to make these two guys really fight, who would get her. But she's really scheming to marry a boy who belongs to a rich family, so I don't know if I described it well, but it's really a great movie. Lots of great country music in it, especially by Hank Williams.
Cloris Leachman was in that too, right?
Cloris Leachman.
Very good performance by her.
Yes.
And there was actually a sequel made to that movie.
Right. I never saw the sequel. Okay. So those, I have other movies, but those are the great, and hand me my script. So like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so you can see my videos. We got the power out, and I am sweating to death here. So hopefully, we had a thunderstorm move in, and it's stopped raining now, but hopefully they'll get the power back on soon. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good day. Bye.